Alright guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see on the screen, I have a nice plate full of yellow squash right here. Now some people might call this fried squash, some people might call it smothered squash, but I just simply call it good. So let me get into this video and show you how I make mine. Okay guys, so what all I use for this is just some black pepper. Then I have some onion powder. This is one small onion, yellow onion. Some seasoning salt. Then I have some bacon. And I have 4 yellow squash. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get my pan heated and then get my bacon added to this. I'm going to be using 4 slices of bacon with this. And I just want to let this fry until it starts rendering out the fat inside of this bacon. And that's what I'm going to be using to cook my squash and onions. So I just want to get that in there. And once those start cooking, then I'll give them a turn. It doesn't have to be completely done at first, because this is going to cook long enough for it to actually get done. So I just want to let those start frying, and then I'll come back and flip them. Alright, so I have my bacon cooked on one side, and I just want to come in and give these a flip. And what I did off camera is I already cut my squash into circles and sliced my onions, and then I also went on ahead and seasoned my squash with the seasonings that I showed in the beginning, which was onion powder, black pepper, and seasoning salt. So I'll just let these bacon fry for just a little bit on the next side, and then I'm going to come in and dump in my onions and my squash, and we'll get those frying. Alright, so after I got those in the pan, then you just want to kind of move them around just a little bit. But I don't want to actually turn them just yet. I just want to kind of spread them out as evenly as possible. And then what I'll do is I'll cover it so that they could kind of steam a little bit first. Okay guys, so my squash has been cooking for about 5 to 6 minutes now, covered. And I just want to come in and give this a first stir, just to kind of get everything mixed together well. And what I'll do is I'll put the top back on this and let it cook for about 10 minutes. I like letting it cook with the top on at first because it cooks a little bit faster and it brings the moisture out of the squash. But I also don't like all of that juice left over, so I'll leave it uncovered in the end until it finished cooks. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes now, and you can see after I uncover it, you can see that it has more liquid at the bottom, and you can see that our squash is starting to get tender. Now if you like it like this, then you could just maybe cook it another 5-6 minutes, and that should be fine for you, even if you want to cover it again and let it cook for that amount of time. But for me, I like for my squash to have a little brown color on it, so I actually let it cook uncovered for the rest of the way, and then that liquid is going to evaporate and that squash is going to be kind of like just frying. Like you could see, this one at the top already has a little color on it. It'll just be kind of frying in the bacon fat, and it'll develop that brown color that I like. So I'm just going to leave mine uncovered now and let it finish cook the rest of the way. And when I come back, I'll flip it and you'll see the color that I wanted to get. Alright guys, so now as you can see, this has been frying now for about 7 to 8 minutes. And the liquid has reduced out of it, and it's just kind of frying. inside of the bacon fat. And when I turn these, you can see it has a little color on it. And that's the way that I like for my squash to look. Now, like I said before, you definitely could have stopped cooking them uh, earlier than I did, because if you still like yours with a little crunch on it or not as soft as mine, then definitely stop cooking it a little bit earlier. But I like for mine to have a little color on it and to be completely soft. So I'm just going to get these flipped over and let the other side cook a little bit, and then these will be done. Alright guys, my squash is done. This is exactly the way that I like it. You can see that it has some color on it on both sides. It's not a bunch of liquid left in the bottom. Now you could have actually stopped the cooking process earlier if you like a more firm squash, but I like mine completely tender, just like this. Now I'm going to be serving this with some rice and beef short ribs, and I'll have that beef short ribs video coming up next. You should be seeing this video on Sunday, and I'll post the beef short ribs on Tuesday. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give me a like, leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and also share this video if you could. And catch me on Facebook and Instagram, Cooking and Chilling with Kenny. And until next time guys, peace.